Conference. Let's start our show there. The Boston Celtics, they're in Philadelphia to take on the 76ers, who are riding an NBA best 5-game winning streak. Now, they're the only two teams that are top 5 in both offense and defense, and Nick Nurse spoke ahead of this showdown.
I just look at it as this. It's two teams with a lot of talent, two teams that are playing pretty good. We need the challenge. I keep saying that. Like, I'm looking forward to the challenge to see what levels we go up. We go up in effort, intensity, concentration, execution, all those kind of things. It's okay. Everybody should get amped up. You should watch this game tomorrow.
Heck yeah, we should watch this game. I am amped up. Thank you, Nick Nurse. It's still early, but can this serve as sort of a litmus test? Who has something to prove here, Richard?
Oh, this is look, I think, Boston, they are still trying, in my opinion, trying to prove that they are that team. I know Philly has a lot going on, and they've got a new roster, and they've got some changes, but I think the journey for Boston has always been a championship. Like, for Philly, it's always about, hey, can we be in the mix? I know we say this, but they haven't been to a conference finals in 20-plus years, so I can't honestly say that they're in the mix. So Boston, for me, is about how can they tee up, how can they get better. So to me, the pressure and the message, to me, is Boston. Can they be the most dominant team?
You're absolutely wrong. The message tonight is the 76ers, and damn it, they got to stand on business tonight. They got to walk in there with that mentality to send a message, because all the talk has been about the Celtics or the Milwaukee Bucks representing the Eastern Conference. And again, the 76ers right now are the third best team in the league, and it comes down to Tyrese Maxey for me. We know what Joel Embiid is going to do on a night-to-night basis. Even on his off night, is better than most guys' good night, okay? So we know that. Tyrese Maxey, we got to look at him and say, you know what? Tonight is the night that you can actually show us more, right? He's going to get a heavy dose of Drew Holiday. He's going to get some Derek White. He's going to get some Jason Tatum. He's going to get some Jaylen Brown. All of those guys are elite perimeter defenders. And then, on top of that, last thing, we know Tyrese Maxey is auditioning, right, to the world to show that he should be in the conversation with the young superstars. We know that he's about to get a big payday. But you know who else he's auditioning for?
That max contract?
I just said that. Joel Embiid.
That max contract.
Joel Embiid, because it's
He's
people.
Gonna get that.
Yeah, because it's
That's
people.
Like a wink, wink.
It's people like Richard that out there that has been saying, that Joel Embiid at some point he's going to get tired and one out. Well, guess what? Tyrese Maxey and his play could actually convince Joel Embiid to stay. And I'm not talking about this game. I'm talking about the consistency of elite play through the regular season and the postseason.
So you two aren't on the same page. That's normal here on NBA Today, but I like to
play. That's a Wednesday.
Tell you correct. I like to play tiebreaker because it's time for our first official cheat sheet of the year. Let's get it. And for those who don't know, cheat sheet is helping you with your homework assignment, giving you everything you need to know ahead of big matchups like Sixers Celtics. Let's start with the best pick and roll in basketball. Shout out to Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey, as Perk said, who are handling a very tough situation so well. And now they are dominating the pick and roll. They combine to create what? 75 points per game off of their scoring and assists, which is easily the most in the NBA. That's over 60% of the Sixers offense, and I'll show you exactly how they get it done. But first, obviously, when you think about the Celtics, they're going to be going up against them, and Jason Tatum is very formidable. Watch this. Kristaps Porzingis' ability to stretch the floor allows Tatum to go to work. Bam. Nails it. And then again, Tatum, one-on-one. You know what they say when your big is on an island? Uh-oh, here we go. One-on-one, great spacing again for Tatum and the Celtics. One-on-one versus Turner. That's a quick blow-by, maybe, but instead he's so talented, he can knock it down. He truly can knock it down. So what I really love about this matchup is, yes, the pick and roll in Philly is impressive, but look at this offense from Tatum. 79%, that's what he's shooting in the restricted area, career best. 42% three-point field goal percentage, best since his rookie year. But I do want to go to the Sixers because this pick and roll is what they will have to stop. Watch this, drag screen early. I like how Maxey's releasing the ball very quickly. Comes off the pick and roll, quick dump pass. 2 towers in the paint. Joel Embiid is like, no problem. What am I going to do? Just turn around, hit a quick little fadeaway. That's nice. But this play right here is why the Sixers have been winning. This is a quick pick and roll as the ball is offloaded. It's an ice screen. ice screen means the drop coverage is there, they release, and Embiid and Maxey have been on the same page. Look at how he finds him. That's not an easy pass to make. Mind you, Joel Embiid has a career high in 6 assists per game this year. That's because the pick and roll is working, but also it's because he trusts his guy. So if you think about this matchup, it's what, 2 of the top 3 offenses in the NBA, and so I'm really excited to see what they do and see who will take it to the max.
I see what you did there, but let's not forget. The 76ers, the team that has stood in Joel Embiid's way time and time again, is the Boston Celtics. In a 7-game series last year, once again, like this, I think this is an early litmus test for the 76ers. They haven't really played anyone. They played the Bucks. They lost by 1. They played a shorthanded Suns team. Like, this is the time where we can say, okay, like, holy.
Okay, you're so close to being, a second-round team.
Or we could
maybe
be saying
making
that.
the conference finals.
They're humming early. Let's get to Joel Embiid's former running mate in all of this, James Harden. How long do you think we're going to be making that transition from one guy to the other? Because he returns to Barclays Center for his second game with the Clippers tonight. He has 17 points, 6 assists in his first game of the season with the Clippers, but it wasn't enough to beat the Knicks. It takes time to gel, right? And Ty Lue, he preached giving it 10 games, so keep that in mind as you take a look at these numbers, right? The lineup of Harden, Kawhi, PG, Westbrook, and Zubats, they were minus 13 in the 18 minutes they shared the floor together. That is the worst point differential of any 5-man lineup the Clippers have played this season. So, Perk, what do you see as sort of the next step here to get the new-look Clippers to get their second game together and come out with a win?
You remember when I walked in here today? You remember what I told you what our MO is today? We standing on business. And I go to produce a big list. Today I'm going to take over right now this segment as the host because Kawhi Leonard had some interesting comments after the game when they lost against the Knicks last game.
No, it's going to be like that. We have guys that can score the ball. Won't be the only one. And I just got to be ready when my opportunity comes.
Anybody else got a problem with that?
Nope.
Why not? Like, what do Kawhi Leonard mean when his opportunity comes? He is the opportunity for the Clippers.
It means he's being selfless.
No, they need him to be selfish. Like, he's that number 1 guy. He's a 2-time Finals MVP. He is a guy when healthy that is a top 10 player in this league. So at the end of the day, he should never be speaking like that. Like, no, it's Kawhi Leonard and then it's everyone else when it comes down to the Clipper. And you have said this plenty of time, Richard, when Kawhi, this team goes as far as Kawhi Leonard takes them, and it all evolves around his health because we have seen time and time again when he rises to the occasion. And I feel like T. Lue got to nip that in the bud right now. And I'm not panicking. I'm just saying those comments shouldn't be coming out of his mouth. He is the opportunity.
Well, again, there's also an opportunity to be a leader. And sometimes when you know that your entire roster is filled with all-stars. And so Kawhi can say, hey, when my opportunity comes, I'm going to be ready because he's sending a message to Paul George. When your best player is that coachable, when your best player is saying those types of things, he's sending a message to the roster. I have to be ready when my opportunity. Now, he knows. Kawhi Leonard knows who he is. He knows he's going to get the ball. He knows all of these things. But he's sending the message to Paul George. I got to be ready when my time comes. He's sending the message to Russell or Powell. He's sending that message that when the opportunity presents itself, I need to be ready because that's the message he wants his entire team to have. This isn't about me. This is about the Clippers and how can we collectively as a group be better. So if he's saying that to me, I feel like he's being a leader and just establishing that, hey, every night is going to be somebody else. Same with the words. It might be Steph. It might be Clay. It might be KD one night. But collectively, we have to do it that way.
I've got a quick fix for the Clippers. In James Harden's debut, they had the least amount of passes in that game and the most amount of turnovers. Can we flip that? More passes, less turnovers, and I think that'll put them in a good position.
James Harden said he saw unlimited potential, unlimited possibilities, even in the loss to the New York Knicks. They're hoping that they can flip that script, as you mentioned, Shanae, tonight as they visit James Harden's former team. Well, former.
Which I was like, wait, you got
Brooklyn Nets.
All
right, friends.
A couple years
Let's
now.
stick in New York. Still to come on NBA.
Hey, what's up, guys? Jag from Jaggy Sports here. About that time, let's get into this. Who is the better team in the Eastern Conference of the NBA? Is it the Philadelphia 76ers or is it the Boston Celtics? Right? So at the end of the day, it's kind of like these are two really, really damn good teams. And I know everybody counted out the 76ers because obviously James Harden left, but look back to last year. I've been praising Tyrese Maxey for a long time. I said this guy is a hidden gem. He's going to prove to everyone that he deserves the number one spot. And quite frankly, he's already proving it, right? So he is showing the world that I don't need James Harden. I got Joel Embiid and I got all these other pieces. And so now it's kind of like you're up against Boston Celtics. Now, this matchup, like Nick Nurse is doing a phenomenal job. Then Joel Embiid is playing his best basketball as of late, except for last year or whatever. So, you know, it's kind of like you're up against the toughest team, not only in the Eastern Conference, but I think other than the Denver Nuggets, the Boston Celtics. Now, the Boston Celtics have been on a tear, except for that one game in Minnesota. Or sorry, I don't know. I can't remember if it was in Minnesota or not, but they got beat in overtime. And best defensive team, Minnesota Timberwolves beat the best offensive team, Boston Celtics. So now you got to take a look at one consideration. You got the top four players, Drew Holiday, Kristaps Porzingis, Jaylen Brown, and Jason Tatum. Can they beat the Philadelphia 76ers tandem of Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey? And obviously, you know, you got all these other pieces around them and whatnot. But bottom line is, who is the better team? I don't know, right? This is a tough call. I know a lot of people are going to say the Boston Celtics. A lot of people are going to say the Philadelphia 76ers. The way the 76ers are playing, you cannot deny the fact that they deserve to be in this conversation of who is the best in the Eastern Conference. Right now, it's not Milwaukee. I'll tell you that much. They have got to figure this out. It's not Milwaukee. It's between the two teams that are facing tonight. So, you know, I honestly, I'm kind of stunned here because I'm actually, I don't know who is going to win tonight. This is one of those, if you were actually at the gambling table and somebody said to you, who's going to win tonight, Boston Celtics or the 76ers, who knows, right? I don't know. I don't have a clue who's going to win tonight because, you know, 76ers are on a tear. They're proving everybody wrong. Everybody was saying, oh, they're not going to be anywhere because James Harden's not on the team. But guess what? They are playing really good basketball. And quite frankly, if they can beat Boston Celtics tonight, what does that say about them as a team, Nick Nurse as a coach, and their future in this season? So, you know, but on the other side, you got Boston Celtics. Boston Celtics, Drew Holiday was the most underrated trade asset of the summer and moving into this into the fall, because, you know, all eyes were on James Harden, all eyes were on Dame Lillard, but now it's kind of like you got Drew Holiday and you got Kristaps Porzingis who's playing his ass off. So it's Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. It's unbelievable, but I don't know. I really want to ask you guys who is the better team and who is going to win tonight. Leave a comment in the comment section. As always, this is Jag from Jaggy Sports.